been so many gunshots for so many years that some people in Shreveport are becoming numb to the violence.
But the violence bears a burden we all are paying. We examine
from paganism. The brothers that stayed out in that, that's all we talk about.
You see the prophets out here with the gospel, you think that we playing or something, You see the army and yeah, we the sons of God and we stand for something. Israel, first to have power with God and man prevail. You know the Israel, the flex on them. Jesus ain't mad cause I know why they raging. They know the most high God. So step on them, step on them, step on them, step on them. Step on them, yeah, step on them, yeah, step on them, 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 yeah, step on them, yeah, step on them, yeah, step on them, yeah, step on them, 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 step on his arms, step on his legs, step on his chest, step on his head. Let me just beat him in back of the head and remind about all of the things that he did.
So as a woman that's learned, what should you be doing? Because you say you teach, right? Let me show you something in the Bible. Not my words, God's words. Read.
The book of Titus, chapter 2, verse 3. The aged woman likewise, that they be in behavior as becometh holiness.
Becoming holiness, because guess what? The example that you put forth, believe it or not, them little sisters watching you. What's your name again? Kim, they want to be like you. You got a little niece, a little girl out here watching just to be like Kim. Believe it or not, I guarantee you, and they don't even tell you, they're just watching. They're sitting there watching like, I want to be like her when I grow up. I guarantee you, like the stuff that you've been through in your tragic, they're like, man, she's a strong woman. I want to be strong like that. But you got to be strong in the Lord, because that's who's giving you, that's who heal you. Then the doctors didn't heal you. The Most High God put the Spirit in the doctors to heal you, right? Keep reading, watch this.
Not false accusers, not given to much wine, teachers of good things.
What's the good things that a woman should be teaching? How to be a woman. We're finna see. We're finna see exactly what. Read.
That they may teach the young women to be sober.
Gotta teach them to be sober, because what they want to do. You know, on Friday night, Saturday night, they want to go to the club. They finna turn up and pop it for pimp. They finna do all kind of stuff. And then they gonna go to church on Sunday, on the wrong day. They supposed to do that? We gotta teach them, sis Kiri.
To love their husbands.
Wait a minute. They don't even want to get married no more. It's a hot girl summer. I'm independent. I don't need no nigga. Nigga can't do nothing to me. They got a song, it's called, I forgot the little girl. She like, I don't need a nigga. I can get about 5 or 6 niggas or something like that. Yeah, ever nigga. That's what they said. Like, I can, F-R-E, I'm nigga free. This is what they going into. Can you read?
That to love their husbands, to love their children.
He said to love their children. It take a lot to love your children, because they get to crying, you want to just throw them out the house. Like, you doing all that gone. This is what we got to learn, because we don't know this. Back in the day, we knew it, but we don't know the love of God anymore, because we fear what people can see. We should fear what God said about us, because do you fear your Father on earth? You don't see him? Let me show you something. Kiri.
To be discreet.
Wait a minute. Wait, you can't roll past that. It said to be discreet. So, you got a husband? He dead? So, like a woman in the Bible, Judith, her husband died, and she was a great woman. She was beautiful, but she also had wisdom, because she applied God's laws. Because guess what? Even like how you dress now, not to knock you, right? But even you showing your say right now, who should be seeing it? But husband only. But today, what they got? Fans only. Well, they just showing everything. It's supposed to be husband only, but now the whole world see what you got. You know what I mean? It shouldn't be like that. Because like if you my sister, I'm saying, hey sis, come on now, sis. No, I don't want you out there like that. You know them dog niggas over there looking at you. They ain't even looking at you to see what's on your mind. They don't know what you've been through. They can't even feel your pain. But they want to do whatever to you and just leave you to the side. They ain't going down like that. No, my sister. Me and you, what you want? You know what I'm saying? They going to the prom, right? Should you let your daughter go to the prom? Cause what happened at the prom, sis? What usually happened at the prom? They would. You know what they doing at the prom? They ain't supposed to be doing all that. They supposed to, because give me Hebrews. Let me show you something. Because this is what the woman's supposed to be teaching their younger children. This is what they're supposed to be teaching, because we got too many bad role models. They got, like I said, the Megan Thee Stallions, the Cardi B's, the WAP. Cardi B don't even let her child listen to her music. But you listen to it. They tell Jesus had his son sent to college, but they telling you trap or die. You know what I'm saying? Snowman, get the dope out. I was on that side one time. I was out there living life. I was popping pills, drinking, smoking, running women, shooting up everything. I was out there on the side. until I realized who I was and the importance it was to keep these commandments. God ain't playing with us here. Jack us up. Read this.
Hebrews chapter 13, verse 4. Marriage is honorable.
What's honorable?
Marriage is honorable.
Boo thing.
Marriage is honorable.
Leaving home to be with your side piece.
Marriage is honorable in all, and the bed undefiled. But whoremongers and adulterers, God will judge.
How he judge them? How he judge a whoremonger? Because the Christian pastor said you can have a boyfriend and girlfriend. They sleeping with half the congregation anyway. And they taking tithes. Tithes done away with. But they still go to church every day. I mean every Sunday they get them tithes off. Do you see us out with any buckets? We ask you for some money? No. We want our sister Kim to know who she is, so therefore you can find out how great you truly are and tap into your power. I always use this analogy. You got an iPhone? You got an Android? Can my iPhone charge up your Android? Why? Two different charges, two different power sources, right? The way we act, because we go by actions, we act the way he tells us to act. He's lawless. He said you can do whatever you want to do. The black Messiah gave us discipline. So therefore we can actually rule our life. Like he said, teach the kids. These kids these days, they lawless. They ain't got no discipline. They do whatever they want to do. Read this.
Marriage is honorable in all, and the bed undefiled. But whoremongers and adulterers, God will judge.
God said when you married, not shacking up, when you married, you can do whatever you can hang from the ceiling fan if you want to. Do whatever you want to do. But he said the adulterers and whoremongers, he's going to judge. He's going to judge them with like SCDs, the single parent homes. I don't want to see my sister have to raise a kid by herself. I personally, my wife just had a kid, right? Because we believe in marriage. I seen what she go through with the C-section and the bleeding and the clocks and waking up, feeding the baby breastfeed. I do not want my daughter to go through that with a nigga that's not going to take care of her and be by her side the whole way. The whole way through. Not just some of what you want to do when it get hard, you leave. The whole way through. How you doing, big brother? How you doing, brother? Yes, sir. Yes, sir. We're going over marriage. You believe marriage is a good thing in our community? Will it save us, help us? It's sacred to the Lord, right? Because your vows are to God. Because what women do today, women say they love God, right? But then everything God get them, they change. You get the eyebrows, they'll shave them off, put some on. You get the big what them things called? Eyelashes. Be flipping up like flippers. You know what I'm saying? Rubber, they flip on the back of the 18 wheel, they put them on. They'll put them on, right? You say, oh, the women nowadays, they getting BBLs. They don't want to work out anymore, they want microwave results for working out. They getting BBLs. Body, Brazilian butt lifts. Liposuction, putting their belly fat to their backside. Because they want to look good for someone else besides their husband. All praises. Hey, what's your name? What's your name? What's your name, man? Sherman Johnson. That's your slave. You right about that. So let me get that in the scripture, the slave name. So you know it's a slave name, right? So how are we gonna fix the conditions in not Shreveport? We ain't in Shreveport. How are we gonna fix the conditions in Longview, Texas? How are we gonna do it?
First and foremost, we gotta go to spiritual.
The spiritual aspect.
The one you feed is the one that needs.
Oh, I like that.
Yeah. So one thing about it, in this world, people are more have a common mind of the things of the world instead of the things of
Romans 2, 12 and 2.
So I know the Lord has delivered me. I went through the storm and the drugs and
right.
I couldn't do it alone.
Facts.
You had to set me still.
Hey, he gotta bring you. He gotta bring you valley low so he can bring you mountaintop high. Right.
Wisdom is doing the knowledge of God.
Hey, I like you. I like you. I tell you to the men all the time, don't I? I'm like, you can have understanding of something, you can have knowledge, but if you don't have wisdom to apply that knowledge, it's nothing. Watch this. Watch this. I'm gonna show you in the scripture. Read this.
It's the book of Psalms, chapter 119, verse 67. Before I was afflicted, I went astray. But now have I kept thy word.
Now, I'm going to keep your word. Because pain will teach you things that love can't teach you. Go to the next one.
Romans chapter 12 and verse 2. Be not conformed to this world.
Like you were saying, don't be conformed to this world. Because this world teach you what? You can do whatever you want to do. It's going to be okay. God said, you do that, I'm going to kill you.
He who loves the world can't love me.
Right. Yeah. So the things in the world we can't love. Watch this. Watch this.
But be ye transformed by the renewing of your mind.
By the renewing of your mind. So what's going to renew your mind?
The spirit of the law.
Let me show you. You know, so man. Let me show you. I'm gonna show you. I'm gonna show you in the Bible. I'm gonna talk to you through the word of God. I'm just speaking. I'm in the vessel. Read.
Psalm chapter 19, verse 7. The law of the Lord is perfect.
He said the laws of the Lord are perfect. Read on.
Converting the soul.
What does that mean? Converting, changing you from renewing your mind, changing you, making you a spiritual man. You can't be spiritual if you don't have the laws of God, right? So you know the laws of God, right? I'm gonna show you a law of God. See if you really a God-fearing man. I'm gonna see if you're a God-fearing man. I'm gonna test your faith today and see if you're a God-fearing man. Ready? Let's go.
It's the book of 1 Corinthians, chapter 11, verse 3, verse 1. Be ye followers of me, even as I also am of Christ.
What Paul told him, read on.
Now I praise you, brethren, that ye remember me in all things.
Paul said, remember me in all things. So, like he said, the whole Bible, all his word. So I'm telling you the same thing. Follow me as I follow Christ. Believe me as I go through these scriptures. Read on.
And keep the ordinances.
He said ordinance. What's ordinances?
As I delivered them to you.
Ordinance is laws. Laws, like you got city ordinance, city laws, right? Now jump to 3.
But I would have you know that the head of every man is Christ.
The head of every man is Christ, you know?
And the head of the woman is the man.
So believe it or not, ain't no independent woman supposed to be running around here. Their head supposed to be man. If they ain't married, they're supposed to be Christ. Keep reading. Keep on.
And the head of Christ is God.
So even Christ got a head. Right? That's divine order in the Bible. Read on.
Every man praying or prophesying.
Every man praying or prophesying. When you read the Bible, it's prophesying about Christ to come. So this is prophecy that we in, right? Keep reading.
Having his head covered.
Having what?
His head covered dishonoreth his head.
So he said if you have your head covered while we prophesying about Christ, you dishonor your head. So as a God-fearing man, what would you do?
As a God-fearing man?
Yeah.
I would take the covering off.
No, it said head covered. You got your head covered.
Okay.
So what would you do if you're a God-fearing man?
If I got my head covered, I need to uncover my head.
You got your head covered now? All praise to the Most High. All praise. That's the spirit of the Most High God. That's a humble spirit. Because guess what? When you go to the so-called white man courthouse, what you do?
What I go?
Yeah. You take your head off when you go into that courtroom. Right. When you okay, it's cool. When you go to the when you used to go to church back in the day, what happened? What about the woman?
Well, the woman, she keep. I don't know if she keep her hat on her head.
She keep it on. Watch this. Watch this. Verse 4. Verse 5. But every woman that prayeth or prophesied with her head uncovered. That's why when you big mama used to have them big hats on that go, they had all kind of colorful hats. Because they knew, like, hey, I fear the Lord. They had a zeal of God, but not according to knowledge. I'm going to show you what that knowledge is. Read on. Prophesying with her head uncovered, dishonoreth her head. So if you have a wife or a daughter, it said they're dishonoring their head. They don't have their head covered when they're praying at night. When they're praying at night, they need to cover their head. If you got children, tell them to cover their head. When the scriptures coming out, cover their head. Because guess what? God required it. It's a commandment. It's an ordinance. It's not a part of the 10 Commandments, but it's actually umbrellaed in the 10 Commandments, so it's actually part of it. You got 613 laws we must follow as men and women and children and dogs and cats and everything else. Because everything keep God's commandments but the so-called black, Hispanic, and Native American man. Because we disobedient. That's why this Bible is written. Read this. Which one? The knowledge. Malachi chapter 2 verse 7. For the priest's lips should keep knowledge. It said the priest's lips. It's talking about Levi right here, but today the priest would be the pastors, right? It said should keep this knowledge. But what is this knowledge that we're supposed to be keeping? Because you got a church on every corner, you got a liquor store, but it'd be the worst place in the community. Why? Read. For the priest's lips should keep knowledge, and they should seek the law. Seek what? The law. Seek what? The law. The laws of God should be preached in the church, but they're not preached in the church. They're preaching feel good. Give me your money. Prosperity. Klepto dollars. He said, I've been wrong about tithe for this many years. So you need to go back and repay them people for all the money you stole from them people. Right. To make it right. But they're not going to do that because guess what? They're full of their pride. God said, I'm going to send you past in the last days according to my heart. And the heart of God is in this Bible. You can't go no elsewhere and match this holy Bible with no other book. The Quran, trash. Dead Sea Scrolls, trash. God said, I'm going to leave my prophets last to show you I am the one true God. You must come back and follow my laws.
We used to scream black power while Heron was pushed. But at the end of the day, nothing's in vain. Iuic has been given a vision. The tents of Judah has risen. Many has attempted the mission. Minor murmuring, omitting, and missing the mark. Just reading that he had the flame of fire in his eyes gave us the spark. We on Paul's mission. We out on the road, purple and gold. From Mexico, Cuba, Haiti, Ghana, Sierra Leone. 144,000 boots banging, concrete crackling. These are our men repented at heart. The scriptures is proof. Iuic, we deliver the truth.